Hey guys, here we are, Larry's backyard garage again. Just going to show you the Black Dahlia after I done the turbo can on there. Turned out pretty good, don't look too bad. And I'm going to share this back window idea that I have with you. You might have caught it in the last video, you might not have, but that's what I've got going on for the rear window. And that is inspired by a 1940 Ford car rear window, 39 and Ford 39 and 40. I'm going to show you step by step how I did that. See, right there is a 1940 Ford car rear window section that I got at a swap meet, and I like these split windows, so I always wanted to put one on something. But that right there is too big for that back of that car right there, so I was going to cut it down and re-weld it and all that crap, and I decided, you know what, I don't want to destroy this original piece because it may not work out. So what I decided to do was to make my very own. And how did I do that? First thing I did is I started with a piece of cardboard and I traced. I laid it over this and I traced it out, and then I cut it, and then I cut it down. And what I'm going to show you here is that pretty much matches there, and that pretty much matches there. What I did is I cut the center out. When I say the center, I basically sliced it here and I sliced it there, and then I just took these two pieces and scooted them together and taped it together. So I've basically got a chopped version of that. Then I got an old piece of scrap wood that I found in a junk pile. It was going to be thrown away at work. I was going to make a shelf out of it, and instead I got the idea to use it as a jig. I laid my pattern over here, and then I just cut it out with a little jigsaw. And then I had to do some sanding and shaping a little bit, get some rough edges off of it, and I screwed it on here. And as you see, there we have a jig. It's my pattern. Next step is we make pieces like this that fit exactly on there. Now, how did I make those pieces? There's a piece right there too. And what I did, we're going to come over here to the Rust Bucket Ford. Now see, I've got some of these just square tubing pieces that I found in a dumpster area. They were being thrown away. They're packing material, and as you can see, I don't know if you can read that or not, shipping purposes only, can be discarded. So these are free. This is all free stuff. And what I did is I just basically laid it up against here and then figured out where I needed to bend, and I just took an angle grinder with a cutoff wheel and I just sliced it everywhere where I needed to, and that's where I joined it right there. And I just taped it together because this is just, was my pattern. And I made two of them, and then what I did was go over here. That piece of metal right there is part of the trunk lid from a 2000 Mercury Grand Marquis car, the same car that's underneath that Rust Bucket Ford there. This was part of the trunk lid skin, and I just cut that piece out. And then what I did was I laid these pieces on it, and then, traced them out, and then I cut that with my grinder. I believe it's my grinder. And then, obviously I had to shape the edges a little bit, with a file and stuff. They're not perfect yet, but what I'm going to do is these are going to be the inside pieces. Basically, these pieces are going to be on the inside, and this sheet metal is going to get welded to the outside of this. So those are going to be my braces. And all this brown inner pieces, all that's going to get cut out. And I'm going to take it about a half inch in, half inch, and I'll take this off, and then I'll be cutting all that out, and I'll be welding these to the back side, and then I'll be welding that in. And that is basically a 1940 Ford split window. That's what it's modeled after, only this is chopped quite a few inches. I couldn't even tell you how much, I don't remember. But that's basically how I'm making my rear window. And I think it's a pretty cool modification for this car. I wanted to do something unique and different that I hadn't seen anybody else do. And I know this way I'm doing it is pretty primitive, but this is a way that anybody can do it in their backyard. You don't have to have any special tools. Basically, I have no money in any of this because those pieces of metal were free. This wood was free. That piece of sheet metal right there was free because it was off of a trunk lid, and I just cut the trunk lid up and saved the metal. So once again, I'm salvaging. You know, just got to put the work into it, and that's all. But I think when it's done, I think it's going to look pretty damn cool. And I just want to share that with you. If you guys are creative and you got a little time, a few pieces of material and some junky tools, you can pretty much create anything if you're willing to do the work. So anyways, other than that, I'm going to show you my little visor here. I painted the sun visor on this too. The car I painted flat black. Just a quickie, you know that. And that visor is actually satin black. So when the light hits it, it shines a little bit more, but not too much. Just kind of a different look. And that's probably what I'm going to do to all the chrome on this car. But anyways, I just want to share that with you. 1940 Ford Coupe rear window section. Duplicate on a 1949 Mercury rat rod car, truck, whatever you want to call it. So anyways, hope you enjoyed. See you next time.